Today, Meet Minneapolis announced a new advertising campaign to bring more people to the city. They're trying to push back on the narrative on social media that has some people believing Minneapolis is just this unsafe ghost town that doesn't have anything left to offer anybody. Well, Gordon learned that the folks at Meet Minneapolis are actually embracing that kind of negativity and using it creatively. Right, Gordon?
Yeah, their goal is to flip that negativity on its head to challenge people to think twice about what they've heard about Minneapolis over the last couple of years. They argue a lot of the negative commentary is coming from people who haven't been to the city in a while. So they're trying to take back the narrative and showcase the positives.
We know that Minneapolis has had its share of challenges in the last 3 years, and we're not immune to that.
Rather than ignore the city's challenges, Courtney Reese and her team at Meet Minneapolis are embracing them with their latest advertising campaign.
Lately, folks have been making quite a fuss about Minneapolis. They fuss over our headlines, our streets.
So they're asking people to see what all the fuss is about.
But we fuss over plenty too. We fuss over our food.
We know that people have had a lot of conversations around Minneapolis. We want to showcase some of this commentary and have them think about it in a different way. We are not ignoring the murder of George Floyd or the social unrest or the lingering impacts of COVID, but we can both work as a community to make things better and celebrate the things that we have.
We fuss too.
Viewing some of these videos and some of the imagery, there is a little bit of an edge to this campaign where there are issues, and it seems like your team is acknowledging those issues and using them as part of the branding.
So much of advertising, you see it, you might say, oh, that's nice, and then you forget it. We really wanted to take that record scratch moment and have someone look at it and say, huh, I see what you did there. So for example, we have an ad that is a close-up of desserts and it says deserted, but not like you think. We have a close-up of some empty glasses and it says empty, but not like Twitter says.
And I'm sure you're expecting that there's going to be both positive and negative reactions to something like that.
We'd rather have someone say that they love it or they hate it than say it's nice and forget about it.
The $850,000 campaign will feature billboards, TV commercials, websites, and social media, focusing on communities that are 15 to 300 miles away, including Fargo, Duluth, Rochester, Wisconsin, and Greater Minnesota.
We fuss over our colorful arts.
They're going big to show what this big city has to offer, hoping those who took a break from visiting Minneapolis during COVID will break out of their routine and come back.
This is the largest campaign that we have had to attract leisure consumers in at least the last 10 years. For us, this was really the folks that used to come but haven't seen the city in the last 3 years. If you haven't seen the city in the last year, you haven't really seen the city. So we want people to come and experience that firsthand this spring and summer.
According to Meet Minneapolis, tourism is improving in the city. Occupancy in hotels is around 48%, which is higher than it has been, but it's still not quite back to the pre-pandemic average around 60%. So there's still a lot of room for improvement, and they're hoping that this ad campaign will help.
Right, and kicking it off right at spring and summer when Minneapolis would actually get people to come, because let's face it, for 6 months of the year, it's a tough sell because of the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I remember days going in downtown when the wind kicks up and down there. Yeah, it's tough to walk around, people going in the skyways. So spring and summer is definitely the best time of year to be traveling to Minneapolis.
You know, Gordon, speaking of perceptions, my wife and I went downtown on Saturday. And it was packed. Every single window front we looked in, everything was packed. There were lines to get in everywhere, to get a table at any wine bar, at any store. There were people everywhere.
Yeah,
So
it's nice to see some of that, the business picking up in some of these areas. And when I was with my photographer and I, we actually saw a couple of restaurants that, the new ones that I hadn't seen before. So if you haven't been to the city in a year or two, there are some new restaurants, some new breweries, some new cocktail bars that you probably haven't seen before.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much, Gordon. When we